The higher the price point goes, the less effective generic marketing becomes. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see homeowners make when selling a higher end property. Because luxury homes don't simply sell because more people see them. They sell when the right buyers see them, with the right positioning and at the right time. I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate, South Mississippi's Real Estate Authority. And over the years, one thing I've learned through both professional marketing and real estate is this: exposure marketing alone is not strategy. A lot of people think luxury marketing just means putting a home on Zillow, running a few ads, posting some really nice photos online, and getting as many eyeballs on that property as possible. But higher end buyers don't behave the same way as the average buyer does. The buyer for a golf course home in Canebrake or a beachfront property in Ocean Springs, they're thinking completely different and making completely different decisions, and they're not shopping the same way that someone does for the typical home. And if your marketing strategy doesn't account for that, you're leaving opportunities and very often a lot of money on the table. A lot of real estate marketing today is really just exposure marketing. Put it in MLS, syndicate it out to the major websites, run some broad ads, boost a Facebook post, and hope the right buyer eventually finds it. And to be clear, exposure marketing absolutely matters, does have its place, but exposure by itself is not what creates leverage. It's not what creates a sense of urgency among buyers or separates your home from the competition. What actually creates leverage is positioning. It's understanding who the most likely buyer is for your specific property, what motivates them, what lifestyle they're buying into, what matters most to them, and how they search and how to position the property in a way that emotionally connects with that buyer specifically. Because not every property attracts the same buyer profile. A golf course home attracts a different buyer than a waterfront property. A luxury estate with acreage attracts a different buyer than a modern downtown home. Different buyers care about different things, and that's where targeted marketing becomes extremely important. I recently worked a transaction where the strategy wasn't built around getting the property in front of as many people as possible. It was built around identifying a very specific advantage that would strongly appeal to the right buyer. And because the marketing strategy that I used was tailored around that specific buyer profile and that specific advantage, the property sold at full asking price without ever officially hitting the open market. And that transaction reinforced something that I've believed for a long time. The right strategy almost always outperforms generic exposure. And this is also where digital marketing and retargeting become extremely powerful. One thing that separates my approach is that I've spent years building audiences across multiple platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other digital channels centered around South Mississippi real estate and local content. So when I market a property, I'm not just starting from zero. I've already built audiences that have engaged with my content, they've watched my videos, they interacted with my real estate marketing, and they've shown interest in relocating or buying in this area. And that means I can retarget those audiences with listings repeatedly across multiple platforms. And that matters because most buyers, especially higher end buyers, they usually don't act the first time they see a property. But repeated strategic visibility makes your home become familiar. It builds recognition. It keeps the property top of mind. Most marketing focuses on getting a property in front of more people, but I focus on getting it in front of the right people and doing it repeatedly. And this becomes even more important at higher price point homes. Luxury buyers, they're more selective. They take longer evaluating decisions. They're often buying based on lifestyle, emotion, location, exclusivity, and long-time value perception. That means presentation matters more, positioning matters more, storytelling matters more, and precision matters more. And generic marketing usually becomes less effective the higher the price point of the home goes. And that's why understanding buyer psychology matters, and that's why understanding digital targeting matters. And that's also why understanding how to strategically position a property matters. And if you'd like to see examples of the type of local content and the marketing and the audience building I'm talking about, feel free to check out my YouTube library and all my social media platforms. I'll put links to all those in the description of this video so you can see exactly how I'm building visibility and attention all across Hattiesburg and South Mississippi. And at the end of the day, luxury marketing is not just about getting more views. It's about understanding which buyers matter the most, how they behave, what they're paying attention to, and how to position a property in a way that makes them emotionally connected. Because the question is not simply how many people saw the home. The real question is, did the right people see it? And did the marketing give them a reason to act? If you're thinking about selling a higher end luxury home here in South Mississippi, and you'd like to discuss what a more targeted marketing strategy could look like for your home, feel free to reach out. I offer a pre-listing consultation. It's completely free and there's no obligation. Please subscribe if you got something out of this video. I'm Steve Pahlman with Dunbar Real Estate. Thank you so much for watching.